Bosh. Welcome back to the blog, or the vlog. So, I'm in my bait barn, carrying on this journey, building up to my France trip. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through the rig, the multi-rig that I use, the one I caught all in fish on last year, and my mate who came with actually adopted that rig because he's seen the effect of it and he's seen the hold of it that I had the fish on, and it's a barbless reel over there and we was using barbless hooks. So you see, when I had that crazy grass carp, it was dancing across the water literally. One minute it was over there, then it was here, then it was up there, and then it was tail walking. It was absolutely mental. So he's seen the hook hold of that rig, and he actually ended up making the rig and putting it on. He caught fish on it and all. So I'm going to go through the rig. As you can see, I've got my other GoPro attached to me, which I'm going to do a close up for you doing the rig. Never done it before, so again, trial and error and see if we can get through it. But yeah, the multi-rig, many of you probably know it, many of you probably use it, but to the ones that don't and the beginners and people that are new to this channel or just starting out fishing, the multi-rig is one of the easiest rigs you can use, and it's so so good and devastating at catching fish, and it's multifunctional. It's called a multi-rig because it's multi-purpose. I've mentioned it on my other vlogs, but showing you making it and up close, it surely give you a good idea of how it works and how I set it up. Now, this is my choice of how I set it up. You set it up how you want. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm not telling you how to suck eggs, but this is the way I do it, and it's worked for me, and it's proved effective and devastating, and this is just the way I make it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off here. I'm going to obviously turn this GoPro on, and I'm going to start making this rig close up so you can see it close up. Like I say, I've never done it before, so we'll see how it turns out, but in the end you'll see the actual full rig in its entirety as I've made it here for you now. So I'll catch you in a bit. I'm going to turn this off and I'll turn this one on, and we'll get making this rig. Come on the carps, stay tuned. So here we go, let's start making this rig. So that's the components. I don't know if good you can see that in the light. That's ESP tungsten loaded in £20. That's the silt in soft. It's the carp hooks, size 4s, bait floss, needle, couple of pullers just to get the nuts down, scissors, a little stripping tool, which you'll see if we're using that for. Then you've got tungsten loaded anti-tangle sleeve, a little ring swivel, micro ring swivel, a little tungsten kicker, and a little short. Now the short's optional for you, it's me. I have confidence in how I do mine, and I always put a little bit of shot on it. Sorry about my hands. So we're going to get off good 12 inch, 13 inch, this tungsten loaded. What we're going to do is I'm going to form an air. You see there, form the air. Doesn't have to be out special, this. Pull it down, give it a good, so there's your air, give it a good moisten, just give it a good pull with a puller tool, because this is going to be your D for the rig. Here, I just pulled it down, just going to snip that end off, tag end. So there, now you've got your there and your length here. So we're not going to do anything with that end yet, it's just going to be all on this end for the minute. So we're going to get a hook, is just one of the hooks I pulled out of my bag. This is a size 4 offset crank, which again, like I said on the other vlogs, you can see the offset on that. See how it curves away? That hook hold on that is absolutely incredible. So you go through the front of the eye, the point end, with your hair, just fold it over like that. There's your hair, snip it, push it in so it comes out. Then you go up to your little knot there. At this stage we're going to put on the ring swivel. There we go, the ring swivel's on. Drop that down. Then what we're going to do is, so there's your hair, there's your ring swivel, all attached. We're going to pull this air back over the hook. See how I'm going back over the hook? And pull it through. Now that will form your D. Now you have it where you want. I usually have it somewhere near the barb. There we go, somewhere like that. So there you go, there's your knot, there's your hair that's going through. See? And like I've said before, if you want to change your hook, keep this hook length, just pull that back, pull it all back. This is a barbed hook, so it will catch a barb. Pull your ring swivel off, take your hook off, put another hook on. Simple as that. You keep the rig and just discard the hook. Save you a fortune, absolutely save you a fortune. So let's get this back together. So there's your mini ring swivel back on and your hook, and as I said, just fold it back over, pull it down. Just get that to where you want it. There we go, back formed. Then what I do is I get me little tungsten kicker. There you see it. Thread it on the other end and pick it up. Thread it on, a bit hard to see here. I'll put that the wrong way. Put it that way, thick end first, so it slides down to the high of the hook. There we go. Pull it down. Now what I do is I moisten the eye of the hook. Just tend to let the kicker go over it easier. There we go, just push it, kicker over the top of it. Then you can adjust. Oh, that's twisted there. And you can adjust the length there by pulling it back, pushing it forward, or pulling it forward with this. As you see, it's gone too far now. It's gone past the barb. Like I said, just pull it down to tease it down. Make sure your kicker is straight. And there we go. There's your. Bit hard to see with this light. There you can see it. Now the other bit I do, you don't have to do this. I do it to give it a suppleness. With my little stripper, put it just after the knot and just strip a bit off so it's got that supple section. You don't have to be much. See? So that now is a supple bit. That gives that hook and the bait much more movement. Just pull that other bit off there. strip it back down. There you go. So that's all supple there. So that moves. Look at that. Look how much that moves. And if you hadn't stripped that back off, it'd be much stiffer. It won't move as much. But that will drop into the fish's mouth much easier. I mean, look at that. It's just catching me already. That's because it's that suppleness on that little bit of strip back there. Now the next thing I do is put my anti-tangle sleeve on. I always chop a little bit off the end on an angle. It makes it so much easier to get the braid through. So I'm just going to get this on now. Just move that over a bit through the thin end. Back up there a bit. I don't know if you can see me, it's a little bit finicky. There you are, it's through. Just pull that down out of the way. Then this end, the end with no hook on, make figure of 8 loop knot. Now anybody that doesn't know how to make a figure of 8 loop knot, it's simple as anything. So there you got a loop. Just bend it over on itself. Yeah, so you got the hook sticking to my leg. So you've got the loop and the loop coming out. Then just twist that round. Make sure it's level and just push your loop back through. It's a little bit finicky. I've done it a little bit smaller actually, but I'll get it through. There we go. So there you've got your figure of 8. Obviously moistened out. Just get that tag end. Moisten that down. Get your little puller. Just pull it all down neat and tight. And that figure of 8 keeps the actual air. Well, it's not an air, it's your knot for your clip onto your rig, onto your rod. So it keeps that nice and straight rather than just a number granny knot kind of kinks it off. So your figure of 8 will always keep it straight. So just pull that down, make it nice and neat. Pull that tag. That's the other end done. So it's nice and straight, that figure of 8. Just cut that tag end off. And you pull the anti-tangle sleeve back up. Try to watch myself do this rig and not watching where the camera angle is. There you go, you pull the anti-tangle sleeve back up. And that is a devastating rig. So I always put a bit of shot on. It's entirely up to you. I put the bit of shot on just in the middle of where I've stripped that back. So I'll get that. So it just helps to drop the rig into the fish's mouth, I think. It's a confidence thing, I think. But it's entirely up to you. You can put it there, you don't have to put it there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this on. So you've got that bit of shot on. Now you have seen mine in the past, I've got another bit of shot on here. And I do that again purely for confidence. It pins everything, even though this is tungsten loaded, this hook length. It does pin everything to the bottom. Just for that other bit of shot there. Again, it's a confidence thing. Then you've got your tungsten anti-tangle sleeve here. That also pins it down. So you've got, making sure everything's pinned down on the lake bed. So I was going to put the rig on. Let me get a boilie. Let me just stop there and get a boilie because I need to make this up fully for you. Hang on 1 minute. There we go, I've got a boilie. That's one of the lighter ones I had made up to contrast the other baits. So what I do is, it's up to you whichever point you want to do it. Nick a bit off. Just like that. nick a bit off the pop up like that, so it sits all flush. Little snowman effect. This is what I was catching on in France. Bottom bait, it was 18mm or 20mm, I can't remember, and a little 15mm topper, different colours. So that's your snowman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that on. Always a pop up on first, then your bottom bait. Now what we're going to need is a bit of floss. Up to you what length you need. There's your floss. I'm going to put the floss through the smallest bit of the ring swivel, which is at the top. Put it down. Then you get your baits. Now a lot of people use screws. I personally like to do it this way, so now it's got a proper hold. And just get that level. Pull this down now. There's your two tag ends. Just pull it in and just tie it off. This again, it's how I do it. I'm not telling you how to do it. And I haven't got my lighter with me. What I usually do is just cut that tag end off. Just leave like 2 antennas. Just tie them up like that, and then burn it off and just dab it down. But I haven't got my lighter with me. So that is the rig. I'll move that in its full entirety. Let's move it down so we can get that. There we go, that's the multi-rig. Again, that's probably about 7 inch. You make it your length you want it to. If it's a silty bottom and it's digging in when you're casting, make it longer, make it 12 inch, 13 inch, so don't pull the rig in when your lead digs into the silt. All this will stay at the top. The lead end will dig into the silt, and this will be all lovely like that, sat up. I'll just try and get that right for you. Move it down. That'll be all sat up lovely like that, snowman style. So yeah, and as I said, when you've got a blunt hook, pull the kicker back, push the D up, take all that off, put another hook on, pull this back on there, slide your kicker back over, and then make your D to whatever way you want it. Save you the fortune in hook lengths. Unless these hook lengths are frayed or kinked or bent or whatever you want, discard it. Otherwise you can keep this, last you months. If you're going through snags and it's cutting through, obviously you discard it, but there we go, look at that. The multi-rig, absolutely beautiful rig that is. Served me well over the years. This is a barbed hook, I just got it out of the box, but it's barbless over there, so I'll be making 4 or 5 of these up, just the hook lengths that I can just change as and when. Do you know, when you're catching fish you just want to get another one straight back out, I'll have some already made up. And I'm going to tell you a little tip in a minute. I'm going to cut off this GoPro now that the rig's done. I'm going to get back onto the other GoPro facing me, so I'm going to give you a little tip about these hooks. Right, hope you're happy with that rig. Like I said, simple, very, very effective. Deadly it is, absolutely deadly. Like I said, that grass carp, I've put a clip on anyway of the grass carp. Dancing, it was mental, this thing. Well, you know, if anybody's caught grass carp, you know how they are, they're absolutely divvies. So that's the multi-rig. Deadly, very efficient, very effective. Saves you a fortune on hooklings. Right, I'm going to switch to the other camera, catch you in a minute. Right, so hooks. Now I'm not going to step on anyone's toes here because there's a lot of bait companies out there doing hooks, terminal tackle and everything. Now I've been getting these hooks from China, from AliExpress. Now all hooks are made in China, Japan, wherever, they're all made over there. So I'm cutting out the middleman. For the last few years I've been buying these. Now these, like I said, are the offset cranks. These are the barbless. These are the barbed. I've got barbless in the house. But these are like, I think it's £1.80 for 50. Save yourself an absolute fortune. They're as good, well, they're absolutely bang on. Everybody who sells hooks here in this country get them all from China, so this is where I get them from. Cut out the middleman. There's the offset crank, you see it? Absolutely. I caught all in fish last year on these hooks in France, and all the fish been catching recently that you've been seeing on these vlogs, all on these hooks. So they're absolutely bomb proof. And like I said, every tackle company, bait company who's ever selling hooks, all coming from China. So cut out the middleman, save yourself a fortune. I think it's £1.80, I think, or £1.90 for 50 of these. These ones come in a little plastic container, some come in packets, depends where you buy them from. What I'll do is I'll leave the link in the description to where to get these from. AliExpress, and if you haven't heard of it, get on it. Or anything to do with fishing is on there. It's all made there. Some factories that make the top brands make a brand of their own, just without the big tackle company's name on it. It's the same gear, it's the same tackle, it's the same everything. So save yourself a fortune. There's a tip. That's a freebie for you. The other freebie winner is a competition winner I did a few months ago. Simon Henson has won that. Now he's heard it on here. I'm going to give it as a competition winner on here. That ground bait I made up. Now I've not even opened that ground bait yet, so I'm going to have a look at that in a bit. I made that months and months ago. So Simon Henson's the winner of that. I don't know where he lives. I don't know the guy, I never met him. He does comment on my vlogs a lot, which I do appreciate, and he's new to fishing. So that can help him along. Hopefully this little rig talk can help him along, and hopefully my other vlogs can help him along and all, and anybody else that's a beginner on this channel. I took my other camera off now. Took it off my chest. It was digging in a bit there because I was trying to lean over and do that rig. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching. We hope your fishing's going well, and if you hope you're getting out soon. Weather's on the change. It's very cold overnight now. I've been going to work at 4:45 in the morning. It's been absolutely freezing. Well, not as frost, but cold. You can feel it on your hands, you can feel it on your face. But yeah, it's definitely dropping. I don't know what the temperatures are like in France, I've no idea. So it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow we're over there. Yeah, excitement builds, the anticipation's building. It's one of them, innit? You get all giddy and start planning, plotting, sorting your rigs out, your baits out, your bags and everything. Oh yeah, the excitement's building. Right, I'm off and on again. So yeah, the multi-rig, get on it. Simplest rig to tie in the world. Nothing finicky, nothing fancy. You've just seen me make it. It's as simple as anything, and it's devastating. Game with that little bit of suppleness. Look at that, absolutely love it. The multi-rig. Get some of these anti-tangle sleeves, these tungsten loaded, pin it all down for you, brilliant. Get them from AliExpress. Packs of them. Cheap as chips, mate, cheap as chips, honest to God. All your hooks, your terminals. I've never bought hookling from there, I always get the ESP stuff. The ESP tungsten loaded, love this gear, absolutely love it. I've got this in silt, weedy green and a brown and all, just for different scenarios of fishing where I am and different lake beds. But yeah, happy days. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Next week will definitely be the particle vlog as I'm mixing and soaking, and 24-hour soak, then the cooking part. So you'll see beginning of that, me mixing it and whatever else, and then obviously I'm not going to show you the soaking, but I will soak it up, leave it 24 hours and I'll cook it the day after, and you'll see the final the final batch of it as it's cooked. I'll show it in buckets, show it in whatever I'm doing it in. So happy days. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Come on there, Carps. One other thing, it's nearly beer o'clock, so I might just be back with a cheers. Cheers. Good luck, see you next week. Over and out.